Hello, I'm Nick Hixson. I've been 30 odd years as a chartered accountant and small business specialist, helping SMEs grow and thrive with an emphasis on strategy and innovation. And I'm developing through doctoral research some online tools to help you make better decisions. This is about what to avoid, the sins, and how to benefit from innovation processes, the wins, and it's the second video on this topic. We may want to innovate, but we're scared of getting it wrong. This is clear guidance on what to avoid, and then how to demonstrate and measure innovation outcomes. It's directed at business owners and managers in all sizes of businesses, although it's set in a small business context. You should be able to set clear innovation goals, know how to achieve them, and be able to measure the progress over the set of the two videos. But first, the 7 deadly sins. First one, pride. Don't force your view on customers. Take an external viewpoint. Ask customers. Don't assume you know best. Sloth. Don't allow innovation to slow down. Remember Thomas Edison's quote, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." Work at it. Lust. Don't get seduced by too many bright, shiny objects, which means do one thing at a time until it is done. Focus and focus. Gluttony. An abundance of resources can slow things down. Use resources as though they were scarce. Oh, this may not be too difficult. Envy. Don't get sucked into an us and them issue, where the innovators are the blue-eyed boys in the business and celebrate the existing and the new. Wrath. Don't punish people for taking risks. Reward behaviour, not outcomes. Greed. Don't be too impatient, as you might end up going for low potential markets. Be patient for growth, but impatient for results, which means measure your results so you know you're on the right track, and then let growth happen naturally. It's an example client. Security company. They had 3 major innovatory products which would transform their sales from $750,000 to over $2 million. 3 years later, none have been implemented. The reason? They can't decide which one to pick first. And they can add this feature and make it better, or add that feature and change that module. Nothing gets done. Some key mindsets. Know when you're wrong. Be assured your first plan will be wrong. Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. So have a plan B. Opportunities can be missed because it looks like work. So expect to sweat. If it looks like work, it might be very good for you. If you're in a larger organisation, you may need to fight the sucking sound of the core. This is when "we've always done it that way" grinds you down and your innovation schemes get diluted. Or in a smaller firm, just because you know how to do it technically doesn't mean you know what your customers want. You do not always know best. However, your customers always do. Your results will tell you this. And remember Dennis Healy's first law of holes? When you're in one, stop digging. Here's some process. Start before you need to. How do you know it's time? Are there any early warning signs? What do underlying trends, how you feel, suggest? Is there a small but growing trend that you're aware of but can't really measure? Are there any analogies and metaphors in other businesses or other parts of life that you can make sense of and learn from? When it's clear you have to change, then it's more difficult because it's possibly a little bit late. Customer is boss. How to spot opportunities without a customer is boss perspective. Do you make sure you have enough meetings and phone calls and emails with customers and prospective customers just to find out what they want? What are the moments of truth in your organisation? Surely when the customer chooses a product, and importantly, when the customer uses the product. What happens when they use it? Do you really know? Are there any others? Try and find their hopes and dreams, and importantly, their frustrations. To get the job done, what indicates an innovation opportunity? Surely an important, unsatisfied job. Don't ask the customer what he wants, he won't know. Ask what satisfies him, because that's what he buys. Ask why a lot. Which customers should I target? Look for non-customers facing a barrier to getting the job done. What's the compensating behaviour that covers this current inadequacy? In other words, what are they doing that they don't need to do just to fix it? Need to find and fix their workarounds. How to investigate opportunities? You need deep observation, no focus groups. Get out of the building. Go and do it with them, don't just watch. Do it. So then you will really understand what the frustrations are and how you can fix them. To find the opportunity is real, And why hasn't it been done before? You need to investigate the market, ask an expert, keep a list of what you don't know and are unsure of. Don't assume you've stumbled on the Holy Grail. Only you may think so. And then you need to assess and test. So is there a high potential job to be done? Is this a plausible, economically scalable model? Can you correct its course when it goes wrong? Is early profitability possible? Can you get a minimally viable product out to market quickly? Your customers will tell you if it suits them better than your endless agonizing about it. Is this the disruptive way to solve the problem, which is simpler, more convenient or cheaper? And don't get seduced by the plan, because for every failure the numbers look awesome. What is the idea's 4 Ps? There's 4 Ps of marketing and there's 4 Ps of innovation, which are population, price, penetration and purchase frequency. You need to quickly estimate the financial potential this way. Make the population as small as possible. Just your dream customers. You know what price you're pitching it at, and you know how often customers should be buying it. So that leaves the penetration for last. Solve for it after estimating all the other 3. Because penetration is the percentage of the population who you think will buy. Then see if it stacks up, play with the numbers a bit, and do a few what-if scenarios to see whether it works. So then, what does success look like? Then, what are the 2 most critical things necessary to make it look like that? Then bring it to life. Get a buy-in with a 10-second Hollywood-type pitch, a 90-second video, mock adverts, prototypes, storyboards, a semi-functional website, a story of what it's going to look like in 12 months hence, just to see what it's going to be worthwhile. Do an everyday experiment. And you need to get good at doing experiments, so constantly look at new ways of doing things. Use thought experiments and write them down. Change the way you do simple things like your commute to work, eat at different times, anything to get you thinking differently about your life. And what did you notice that was different? And now you need to learn the right things from your experiments. You need to focus on the unexpected and look at the raw data. Avoid the confirmation bias. Don't see what you want to see, get into the detail. Frame the experiment to prove the reverse of what you want, and use people with no involvement in the idea to get a different perspective. Listen to them, be humble and save money. So now you should know what the sins are: pride, sloth, lust, gluttony, envy, wrath and greed. And of these 2, pride and lust are the most damaging. The process: where to get ideas, how to assess and test them. And here the 4 Ps are crucial: population, price, purchase frequency, and especially penetration. Ensure you get a different perspective and listen, really listen to your customers. Now you need to safely push the boundaries of the business and living with small failures but no catastrophes, and we'll deal with that in a subsequent video. In the meantime, I put all this information in a PDF which you can download from the website.